Now at 11, a family of an Indian River County woman shot and killed during a raid tonight, demanding justice, what they say they want. London on high alert, a third attack in 3 months in England, a day of mourning and a celebration of strength and overcoming life's greatest challenges. The story of a local 3-year-old and how she's inspiring others to pedal forward.
This is CBS 12 News at 11.
And we start here at 11 with a live look at radar. Some lingering rain overhead. No use in singing "Rain, Rain, Go Away" because for the week ahead, it's not going anywhere. CBS 12 meteorologist Michael Ehrenberg gets us started tracking the much needed rain, I'll add. That's going to be sticking around for a while.
Yeah, that's right, Greg.
London tonight on high alert. A third attack in England in as many months. Police making dozens of arrests in a series of raids. 7 people were killed, 48 injured, including an American. We know tonight at least 3 attackers were shot and killed by police. That attack beginning here near London Bridge, where witnesses say a van mowed down a group of pedestrians. Police say the suspects, armed with knives, then ran to a nearby market where they started stabbing people inside of a restaurant. ISIS is claiming responsibility. As police continue to investigate, people are now laying flowers to remember the victims and will hold a vigil Monday night. And those in England tonight say they will not let fear run their lives. They remain vigilant, but are also tonight celebrating their strength. Music, the focus of tonight's One Love Manchester benefit concert.
How's it going, Manchester? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above.
Pop star Ariana Grande, a South Florida native, organizing an all-star cast of musicians. Coldplay, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, all in Manchester tonight for this benefit concert. You'll remember it was a little more than 2 weeks ago here in Manchester when 22 people died and nearly 60 others were injured. That's when a suicide bomber detonated his device as people left an Ariana Grande concert. Tonight's event helping to benefit those injured in the attack and so far raising more than $9 million. We will have continuing coverage of these attacks, the investigations, and what comes next. That's posted for you right now, CBS12.com. And of course, we will have much more from London on CBS 12 News this morning, starting at 4:30 a.m. Now at 11, a march for Alteria Woods. Her family tonight demanding to know exactly what happened that led to her death. You'll remember the Indian River County Sheriff said Woods died during a raid on a house belonging to Woods' boyfriend and family, a suspected drug house. But Woods' family says they remain heartbroken and without answers as to what really happened. That inspired today's march from the site of that shooting to the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. CBS 12's Luli Ortiz live tonight with more on exactly what Woods' family had to say. Luli? Tomorrow, jury selection continues for the now 3rd trial against Dalia Dippolito. It's been a high-profile case with national attention. Dippolito is charged with hiring an undercover officer who she believed was a hitman to kill her husband. Dippolito was found guilty in her first trial, but that verdict was thrown out. Her second trial last year ended with a hung jury. Now in her 3rd trial, both sides working through a pool of more than 300 potential jurors. Jury selection is set to continue tomorrow morning. Now at 11, federal charges filed. The accused Fort Lauderdale gunman could face the death penalty.
Indications are that he came here to carry out this horrific attack.
Turned around and she was shot in the head and killed.
I'm petrified to be here. I don't want to be here in this place.
With everything, I just had to run.
I'm Greg Angel. We have live team coverage of the deadly airport shooting in Fort Lauderdale. The charges and the chilling new details about the lengths the gunman went to carry out the attack. But first, we want to start with the other big story that you also see here on your screen, the downright bitter cold temperatures, the coldest night of the season. Let's get right over to severe weather expert Jeff Baradelli tracking the chilly changes.
It is bitter for us Floridians, at least. It's coming up in minutes.
Back to our other big story here tonight. Charges filed. The 26-year-old man accused of carrying out the heinous and deadly attack at Fort Lauderdale Airport could face the death penalty. Esteban Santiago is due in federal court Monday morning. We are also now finding out what he told federal investigators about his planned attack. That's just one aspect of the story we are tracking here tonight. The other, the brand new information in about some of the victims killed in the attack and those still fighting for their lives. CBS 12 Luli Ortiz is live tonight with that part of the story, but we are going to first begin with CBS 12's Andrea Marvin, live tonight at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport with the details of the plot that the gunman had been planning for some time. Andrea, thank you. And there's certainly more of the investigation in depth we'll get into in just a moment. But I want to first move here to the victims, some of whom right now are still fighting for their lives. We can tell you right now, doctors here at Broward Health Medical Center are caring for 6 people, all with gunshot wounds from Friday's attack. The severity of their injuries vary. Of the 6, we can tell you 3 are in the intensive care unit. We do know from family members that one of the injured being cared for is a woman named Carrie Ohm from Iowa. She survived, but her husband did not. He is among the 5 people killed in the airport attack. With more on the stories of the lives lost, we turn now to CBS 12's Luli Ortiz live tonight. And Luli, for many, this was supposed to be the time to look forward to.
Reporting live in West Palm Beach, Luli Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
Luli, thank you. And while the victims may certainly have been random, the act itself may not be. The FBI here confirming that this gunman traveled to Florida from Alaska, traveling on a one-way plane ticket with a stop on that Delta Airlines itinerary, with a stop here in Minneapolis. The FBI says they now believe the gunman came to Southeast Florida to intentionally carry out this mass shooting. Late today, investigators said they believe the suspect spent some amount of time planning the attack, and they are not ruling out terrorism.
Indications are that he came here to carry out this horrific attack. We have not identified any triggers that would have caused this attack, but again, it's very early in the investigation, and we're pursuing all angles.
But why, we still don't know. A motive is unclear, and the gunman did not have any connections to Southeast Florida, and he apparently didn't have much with him on the flight. The FBI says the suspect had only a 9mm gun and a checked firearms container, as well as 2 ammunition magazines. No other luggage, clothing, anything of that sort. The FBI also says the gunman did follow proper TSA rules when traveling with the semi-automatic handgun we know now was used to kill 5 people and injure others. Many are questioning how and why the suspect and others are able to travel with firearms in such a way. That very question was posed today to Florida's Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz of Fort Lauderdale. Here's what she said.
Like this tragic incident, there's no question that we need to review not only the question of whether people should be able to travel with their firearms, even if they're in checked baggage, but I think we need to take a hard look at the security around baggage claim areas.
Now, we're also learning new details about the suspected shooter tonight, 26-year-old Esteban Santiago. He remains at this hour at the Broward County Jail. Santiago served 9 years in the National Guard, including a 10-month tour in Iraq. He was discharged after getting an unsatisfactory performance evaluation. In November, Santiago went into the FBI field office in Anchorage, Alaska, claiming that his mind was in the control of the U.S. government and he was being forced to watch ISIS videos. A mental health evaluation was done at that time, and a firearm was confiscated for safekeeping, but it was later returned. It's believed that gun is the same one used in Friday's shooting. That is part of a separate investigation happening right now in Alaska.
There is a federal law with regard to having a gun by somebody who is mentally ill, but the law requires that the person be, quote, adjudicated mentally ill. This is not somebody that would have been prohibited based on the information that they have.
Meanwhile, tonight, we're also hearing from Santiago's brother. In Spanish, he said that he and his family have not been able to talk to his brother since the arrest. He also disputed claims that Santiago was Muslim and had any ties to any terrorist group. Those are some of the elements the FBI is looking into. Tonight, they're asking anyone who may have any information to call them at 1-800-FBI option 2. And if you go to our website right now, as all the new details emerge, we are going to bring them to you on air and online, CBS12.com. We already have your links to the live streams, updates as they come in, plus the stories of the victims and the past of the gunman, including his multiple run-ins with law enforcement. It is all online right now, CBS12.com. Turning to some of tonight's other top stories here. Winter's chill. We are in the coldest temps of the season, and President Obama making a last trip to Florida. Plus, the warning for parents how a viral video is being used to highlight the hidden dangers inside your home.
This is CBS 12 News at 11.
It's absolutely just unthinkable.
Tonight, heavy hearts on the Treasure Coast.
Nobody else would just dodge a bullet for their cousin. Nobody else would do that if they wasn't a hero.
An off-duty deputy gunned down while mourning the loss of a family friend.
My niece said you could see the fire coming from down the street.
An extended family member tonight facing charges as fellow officers in the community face the difficult reality of losing one of their own and finding his killer.
He just was a guy that you just want to be around.
And we begin here at 11 with a live look inside the Indian River County Jail, where you can see there a memorial of flowers and cards and condolences. And that memorial growing tonight, all in remembrance of Deputy Gary Chambliss, a longtime veteran of the force who died this weekend in what the sheriff is calling a senseless act of violence. Those who knew him best say he lived to serve his community in many different ways. And tonight, the sheriff is vowing to find at least one more suspect who is on the run and believed to have a role in this violent shooting. This was the scene here shortly after the shooting around 9:30 last night. It is believed that Chambliss was at a family member's home. Investigators saying they do not believe Deputy Chambliss was intentionally targeted, but merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. All this happening here on 28th Avenue in Gifford. To give you an idea of the area here, this is just blocks from Vero Beach Regional Airport and the Indian River County Jail. That is where Chambliss worked. A 27-year veteran of the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, he was just 2 years away from retirement. Deputies have arrested this man in connection with the shooting. His name is Mikhail Chambliss. He's an extended family member of Deputy Chambliss, but investigators tell us that they believe that someone else, someone that is still on the run tonight, fired that shot that killed their brother in blue. We have live team coverage tonight with CBS 12's Luli Ortiz on how the community is reacting. But we begin here, CBS 12's Jana Eschbach tracking the new developments in this investigation. And Jana, the sheriff here, is vowing to catch the killers.
We're live near Vero Beach. Jana Eschbach, CBS 12 News.
Jana, thank you. And one more note here about Mikhail Chambliss. Investigators adding that he tried to toss the gun, crack, and pills out of the window of that car that he was in. Mikhail Chambliss is a convicted felon. He is due in court tomorrow, first thing in the morning, for first appearance. And there is certainly a wide ripple effect here within the South Florida community. I want to show you here some of the response here. Martin County Sheriff's Office tweeting out thoughts and prayers to the family, friends, and colleagues of slain Indian River County Sheriff's Corrections Deputy Gary Chambliss here. Boynton Beach Police Chief Jeffrey Katz, on behalf of each of our Boynton Beach police staff, I sorrowfully offer prayerful condolences following the tragic loss of Deputy Chambliss. Debbie Mayfield, CBS 12 viewer, weighing in here. My thoughts and prayers are with Deputy Chambliss's loved ones and the Indian River County Sheriff's Office. So sorry for your loss. And CBS 12's Luli Ortiz right there sharing this picture from inside the jail where Deputy Chambliss worked for so many years. Again, you see the condolences, the cards, the flowers, and that memorial growing here tonight, a sign of the deep impact that he had on the community. Let's go live now to CBS 12's Luli Ortiz, who is live and tracking these memorials coming in and how he's being remembered tonight.
Night, and the sheriff's office will then hand deliver everything to the Chambliss family. For now, reporting live in Vero Beach, Luli Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
Luli, thank you. And a reminder that anyone with any information that can help deputies catch the killer still on the loose, urged to call Treasure Coast Crime Stoppers. We've posted more details about the ongoing investigation and the tribute to Deputy Chambliss. It's online right now at CBS12.com. Fort Pierce Police, meanwhile, tonight need your help to find the gunman who opened fire on a party crowd, killing one person and injuring two others. This happened early this morning in a neighborhood near 25th Street and Orange Avenue. What is to say, a gunman approached the party crowd and just started firing. Police say 26-year-old George Collins was killed Anyone with any information in this case also urged to call Treasure Coast Crime Stoppers.